Hey guys, it's Stephanie with Simarchy and welcome to my advanced building tutorial series. If you're looking for something for beginners, make sure to check out the playlist linked in the description below. So today I'm going to be showing you how to create open windows in The Sims 4. I do also have a tutorial on how to create open doors. Again, that will be linked below. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is grab some columns to create sort of a border where the windows are going to go. I'm going to grab the experience pillar that came with Get to Work just because it's plain. It's simple to use, and there we go. So this is going to serve as just a guide for the frame of the window. We will end up removing them towards the end, but we need to know exactly where the windows are going to snap. Next, we're going to go ahead and use a spandrel to create the top part of the frame, and this will stay with the build. You can use any of the ones that came with base game, of course, but they are a little bit more ornate. I personally like to use the one that came with the cat and dog pack just because it is very simple. And there you can see it. So now it looks like we have a top of a window frame. We are going to redraw the walls here, so obviously you don't have the gaps when you place the spandrel. It just sort of covers the whole wall by default. So now we want to find the windows we're going to use, and honestly, this works with any window. I'm going to use just this little classic cement that came with the base game. Now, the concept of this open window feature is so that the windows look like they're coming out, like they've literally been propped open, and you can't move them at an angle. Like no matter what you try, they're just front facing or backwards facing. So the way to make them go at an angle is to grab a wall tool and make it angled just like this. And you should have bb.moveObjects on as a cheat just to make sure this all functions properly. bb.moveObjects on so we can freely move things wherever we want. So now we'll go back and grab that same window that we were going to use, the classic cement, and we're going to place it onto the diagonal walls. Now the reason we had to delete the walls here where the spandrels are is because the window is going to keep snapping to it otherwise. So now there's nothing for it to snap on. You're going to grab the window, anyone, we'll start with the left one here, holding the Alt key. Now when you move it around away from the diagonal wall, the window stays at a diagonal angle. So we're going to go ahead and get a little bit closer here and place it right through the column, again using it as a guide to know where the wall is going to sit exactly. And then you can hit Control and 9 to lift up the item so it sits right on top just like so. And you will have to play around with this to make it fit just right, but just from experience using this window before, I know pretty much exactly where I want it to sit. I'm going to do the same thing with the right window. Again, just kind of line it up with the column as a guide and lift it up so it sits right there on the spandrel. Okay, so next you're going to go ahead and delete these extra walls that we don't need. You're going to go ahead and go into your wall tool and redraw these right here so we don't have that weird gap. I'm going to re-put my siding. Oops, delete that part. We don't need it. Okay, re-put my siding right here. And now we can go ahead and delete the columns because we don't need those anymore. So of course this is looking good except for the giant gap on the bottom. Now you can actually place a half wall underneath a spandrel. So what we're going to do is go ahead and go into our walls and click on half walls. We're going to make sure we select place half walls by drawing, and again, I know just by messing around with this before that this medium short half wall is going to be the perfect height, so I'm just going to go ahead and draw that right there, and then I'm going to grab my half wall trim and find a white so that it matches the window here. And now I'm going to copy my siding again and just cover up the bottom half of the wall. So there you go. You get a little bit of glitching with the windows and the doors depending on what angle you look at them, but if you're looking at it head on, it just looks like a perfect little window frame and open windows. Now, of course, there's plenty of different ways to do this. You could use different spandrels, different windows, different wall trims, half wall trims, different heights to make it fit perfectly, but that is your basic introduction to open windows in The Sims 4. And you can get really creative with this and have a lot of fun. But I appreciate you watching so much. If you enjoyed what you saw, make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss the next video, and I will see you next time. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye! Wait guys, before you go anywhere, don't forget to click over here to watch new videos and click on my face when I disappear to subscribe.